Shalom Israel, this is Sister Kana, and first and foremost I have to give all glory and praise to Ahaya Bahashim Yeshaya Wakwadash. I just praise the Most High, and I hope you all are doing well. I pray that you are watching the new videos that I'm putting up in regards to preparation and buying things for the wilderness, and that is leading me into this segment of videos. Okay, I wanted to make these videos, and they're mainly for for sisters and brothers to see and get an idea of how we can start preparing in the wilderness and how things will be. So what I did was I download a couple of videos from YouTube, and I will be re-uploading them, but I'm going to be speaking and while the video is playing, so that you can so I can give my my opinions and talk about it. Okay, in this video, it's talking about how, or not talking, but it's just showing how the other nations, mainly I think this is out of India or Bangladesh or one of these nations, how they come together and they cook in the wilderness. And because I get a lot of questions for people, because since we are from Babylon and we have no idea of what it's like to be in the wilderness and how to operate in the wilderness and how to come together and how to work together because of the curses and what we've been through. Everything is based on separation with us as a people. So we don't really know how to, and I know that we as people, we try, we trying our best to do what we feel is fit and how we're supposed to come together. But because of the curses that the Most High had put us under, because of the wickedness of our forefathers and even the wickedness of us today, we have to now learn how to do things in a righteous way. And not that the other nations can even show us, but we have to get some idea of what it is like for us to come together as a nation, work together, and rebuild our nation. Okay? We know that Christ is our king, and he's basically going to come and put things together. But what we have now is an opportunity to start to purge ourselves and get ourselves together. So in this video, I just wanted to kind of show, because I'm doing all the preparations videos now, it's a good idea to kind of show people what I mean while I'm buying all this food and how it's going to, how we're going to work together. So here's a video of some women in, another country, and they are working together to make dinner in the wilderness. And I just wanted to kind of show brothers and sisters these kind of videos so that you can get an idea. Because a lot of people have said to me, well, how are we going to do this? And how are we going to do this? And how? Because we can't even fathom how we can come together and live in wilderness in tents for a period of time, because it's just something that we don't know what to do and how to do. So I wanted to give some examples of how it can be done. Okay, so in this video, I really wanted to gauge this towards the sisters, because mainly we be doing a lot of the cooking and preparation and things like that, and that's what women do. They keep the house in order. They put things in order. So instead of your household, just your house, we're talking about the house of Israel. Okay, so we have to learn how to put our house in order and make it so that it can run effectively, and that the men can do what it is they do, that they will be doing. Because the brothers have a huge responsibility. They will be putting together the nation of Israel, and they not only will they deal with us and their families and millions of men and women, we're also going to be dealing with the other nations. So our brothers have a huge responsibility. And so as women, we need to have our houses in order so that things can run correctly, things can run, respectfully, righteously, and in order. So we need to start learning how to come together and do things together. Now, I know that we have in the past, when we have family barbecues and kind of things like that, we've done this thing where we've had a day where a week or whatever where we'll go out with your family and you cook. But usually what it is that everybody's cooking individually, and then they bring what they brought to the gathering, and then, you know, it's a big feast. But what we don't, and what I've kind of witnessed amongst Israel, because I've been around several Israelite women, and as people come out, we start to come together and do things. I notice that, you know, our sisters, and all of us have been, you know, programmed to be like this. This is my kitchen. I don't like to cook when somebody else is in the kitchen. Move out the way. I need my space. I'm doing this and that. We don't know how to share our space with other women. We don't know how to, you know, cook and be around other women without it becoming a competition, some kind of, you know, negative overtone. You know, and I'm not saying that other nations and other people don't do it, but we need to learn how not to do it. So I just wanted to, I thought this was very important type of video for us sisters and brothers, because as you see that the men are also, oh, my cat, hold on. My cat. Okay. Obadiah, that's his name. I'll bring him over one day. But anyway, we have to, for men and women, because in this video you'll see that the men are helping and they're participating as well. You know, because it's a lot to cook for a multitude of people. Now, I also want to add this in, like when we go back into the wilderness, because we are a special nation and we are a nation unto Ahaya Ashur Ahaya, we will have to go back to under the law of sacrifice. Now, a lot of people don't agree, and whether you agree or not, that's not what this video is about. But basically, I just wanted to add this in, that we will be going back under the law of sacrifice. And, you know, in the tabernacle and learning the laws that the Most High gave to Moses and our forefathers. We will be doing that again. So, you know, this video, you know, is just to show how we can come together and how we can, you know, kind of make this thing work in the wilderness. I hope brothers and sisters are preparing to come out. You see that, you know, the Most High, there's not going to be a large movement like in the days of Moses where, you know, it's not going to happen that way because of infiltration and because of all the things that we have working against us. The Most High is looking at each and every one of us and, you know, testing our obedience. So I pray that on that note that you guys are being obedient and you are preparing to come out of Babylon. So this video is just to kind of show how it can be done, how we can cook and be amongst each other, learning how to, you know, be a nation of people, caring about not just my children or, you know, one's children, but other people's children, you know, a whole nation. We have to get back to that and do it in a righteous way, you know, learning how to prepare and do things. And, you know, some people can be very petty about things, like I cooked yesterday, or I got to cook every day, and, you know, it becomes those kind of little petty things. You watching what somebody else is doing, well, she don't never do this, and I got to always do that. You know, it's just, we want to get past that kind of thinking. And that's the kind of thinking that Babylon breeds in us. Very I, me. And if it ain't conducive to how I feel and what I'm doing, I ain't trying to be bothered, and I don't want to do it, and I don't want to help, and I don't want to this, and I don't want to that. So you know, I thought it was very important to make this type of video based on what I've seen and I understand about us as a people. You know, women working together, sisters trying to get along. I mean, not on a surface level where it looks good on video, but really learning how to get with and understand and, you know, respect other people and love your brothers and sisters despite that you don't really get along with the person or you don't really like the person. Because that's your brother in Christ, we have to learn how to come together. We have to learn how to work together. We have to learn how to help one another and be a family. You understand? So a lot of people can't even be a family with the family that their blood family that, you know, they were born with, let alone with Israelites they don't really know, but who are in Christ with them. Because that's what Yeshua said. He said, my family are those who do the work of my Father. That's who my family is. So as we come out of Babylon, we have to learn to love the family that Christ gave us, you know. and kind of learn each other and learn how to deal with each other and operate in love and kindness, with one another. Now, I also want to get into, because of the information that I had to put out about infiltration and things like that, they try to use that against me, because I had to speak against certain brothers and sisters because of our nation as a whole would be in dire trouble if this information hadn't come out. But they try to use it against me, like, oh, you're backbiting, oh, you're talking against your brother, oh, and those kind of things, because they always want to use our law against us. But in this type of situation where people are working actively to take down the nation of Israel, you got to speak. You got to say something. Don't sit back and watch infiltration in your face and you don't say nothing because, you don't want to say nothing against your brother. That's ridiculous. And then you're not helping the problem. You're part of the problem. So, let's not, I just don't want people to get it confused that, what I'm trying to say. We need to come together and we need to operate in love and kindness, and we need to not be speaking ill of one another and talking against one another. But if you see Israelites who are blatantly working against the nation of Israel and you don't say nothing, then you deserve to be put in the same pot with anybody who's, working against the Most High. If people are not doing the will of the Most High, where they're purposely working against our nation and holding people in Babylon, telling you not to flee, when you know trouble is at your door and you can see the prophecies unfolding, then you deserve any judgment that the Most High, gives to you. And I just have to put that out there, because people try to say, oh, you love. Yeah, we are to love one another. But I love, just like Christ said, those who are doing the will of my Father. So if you operating against the Most High by holding the children of Israel in Babylon and not telling them where to go, then you are like my enemy. You are operating like my enemy. And listen, we are in Jacob's trouble. So if it barks like a dog, then it's a dog. If there's no double standard. The Christ said, Yeshua said, a double-minded man is wicked in all his ways. So if you double-minded and you straddling on the fence on helping the children of Israel, you know the safe place, but you're not telling them where to go. That's a double-minded man. And then you operating as Judas, because you're going to allow your people to die and suffer when they don't have to. And all you have to do is tell them where to go. So I just wanted to put that out there, because that's part of us coming together. Really looking at people and what they're doing and their works. Everybody can talk a good one. We learned that very well in Babylon. The gift of gab, they called it, right? The gift of gab. When you got the gift of gab, you can just talk a good one. But what are you actually doing? Because right now Hawaii, just like Puerto Rico, is on the verge of destruction. Right now Hawaii they're about to take Hawaii out. Now, aren't these people the people of Israel on the 12 tribe chart? Aren't these our brothers and sisters? Where's the call to get these people out of harm's way and get them into place of safety, where the Most High said, I will protect those within my borders? Why aren't people telling our brothers and sisters around the earth where to go and to get out of harm's way? They are taking down our people one by one systematically. Each Venezuela, Puerto Rico, Hawaii, even Mexico. Aren't these people the children of Israel on the 12 tribe chart? Cuba. Aren't these people on the 12 tribe chart? Where is the warning and the call for to get the children of Israel out of harm's way as Esau take them down one nation at a time, one country at a time? Where's the call from the men of the Most High, who's supposed to be praising a higher and knowing that Israel is throughout the four corners of the earth? Where is the call to get our people out of harm's way? Because first Puerto Rico, now Hawaii. Haiti, it was already done. Venezuela, Cuba, this is all on the 12 tribe chart. This is the children of Israel. But anyway, listen guys, that was just the Most High leading me to that, because I want to really focus on this video, okay? Us coming together and how we're going to work in the wilderness together, okay? So I just needed to put that out. I needed to say that. Food for thought. We need to be praying for Israel right now. We are in Jacob's trouble. They are taking down the children of Israel as we speak. And where's the call from the men of the Most High to gather Israel to get them out of these places, like Hawaii, before the volcano just totally erupts? I mean, how about Jamaica? You know, there's a diet thing in Jamaica. This is a small island. We know the islands are going to be moved out of their places. Why? Because of these hurricanes and volcanoes and, you know, all kind of things, tsunamis they got through HARP. Where's the call to deliver Israel out of harm's way and tell them that Jordan is the safe place? Here's the video, guys. Okay, so I just wanted to show that, you know, these women, you know, are operating together. They're cooking, they're cleaning, they're getting the food and, you know, vegetables together. And they are, you know, working together. And everybody has a part. Everybody is working on something. And we can, you know, do this as well. Whether we're in the wilderness or whether we're in a house, we should be able to come together, cook together, prepare together, you know, and make a household run on a small level and on a large level. Okay? And, you know, I just know from my experience that our brothers and sisters especially, find it hard. They can't right now at this state, because we're just coming out of Babylon. They don't know how to cook together. Like, you got to get out their kitchen. Listen, this is my kitchen. I need space. And you know, we don't know how to operate as a nation yet. And we're going to have to get back to that. You know, it's very important to be able to get along in small, you know, cramped areas and in large space as well. You know, I have to say this as well. You know, like a lot of sisters have come in the past, and they would say certain things to me like, the Most High, I'm waiting for the Most High, you know, to give me my ministry or whatever. And that's, you know, it goes into the I, me, you know, like it got to be about you. First of all, I have to say, Sister Connor don't have no ministry. I'm not here ministering nothing. I'm just here to help. The Most High is just using me because I believe I'm a willing vessel. I'm like, use me, Most High. Whatever capacity you can use me, just use me. I don't have no ministry. I'm not trying to lead nobody nowhere. I'm just here to help my brothers and sisters, you know, and I'm willing to do whatever I need to do to help our people, you know, as long as I'm within the guidelines of Ahaya and his laws. Okay, so I just don't want sisters to come out here and thinking like, oh, you know, the Most High is using you, so he can use me too, and I'm waiting for him to tell me because I know that I got to do this, And I've talked to a lot of sisters, and they do feel this way. Not just one. I'm not talking about anybody in particular. I'm talking about on a whole, as women. I find that a lot of sisters come out with that kind of mentality like, oh, well, you're doing this, so I could do that. No, sisters, I'm going to just set the record straight right now. I'm not here to do anything but the will of Ahaya. That's it. I'm not trying to lead. I'm not trying to do anything but help our people get to where. And I believe because of this state that I'm in is why the Most High could use me. It's because I'm not trying to be nothing more than kind of your sister, trying to help you get adjusted and get yourself together so that you too, you know, can try to make it and be in this kingdom with Christ. I pray I make it. There ain't no guarantees for me. Just like there ain't no guarantees for nobody else. We all have to stand before the Most High at the end of this. So I just really need to say this to sisters so that way they don't get in their mind that they need to be at a certain level on a certain platform, because of how Babylon has dealt with us. We feel that we need to just be the head of everything, because you run your household, we've been running over men. So now we just feel like, oh, we can do this and do that. No, sisters. We're going to learn how to be righteous, daughters of Zion, and just here to do what the Most High require us to do. Be helpmeets. That's it. Just help the men of the Most High, which means keeping the house in order, preparing, dealing with the children, teaching the children, and basically that's it, and dealing with one another. That's it. Ain't no ministries with you sisters. Me either. Okay? I just need to really put that out. I'm showing you this video because this is going to be one of the main things the sisters need to be doing. Helping, keeping things to run. Helping things to help keep things running. So it may be some people are better with paperwork, putting things in order that way. Helping the men of the Most High. That's what we're here to do. Support them. Nothing more, nothing less. And I really felt I needed to say that because I'm not trying to be here in authority over anybody, especially no man. The brothers, I expect these brothers to come here and step up into their place and do what they're supposed to do. And let the women do what we are supposed to do, which is help. Okay, so I just really need to, I never really said that, in this way. And I think I really needed to clarify that. And I might have to do it more on different videos as we watch this video. Women doing this. But there's a lot of work to do. And there's enough work for everybody. And I pray that if you're coming out of Babylon, you are prepared to work. I did another video about, working for your nation. Like we done worked under Esau and all these other nations for so long. But when it comes to us, as a people, we feel like, oh, now we should be on vacation, which is understandable. We've been through a lot. You work. But now, this is where your work counts. You understand? Because now you're building your nation. You should not be like sitting back like, I ain't doing nothing. I don't feel like, I ain't. That shouldn't be the spirit right now. It should be like, wow, we got an opportunity to build something. We're going to build our nation. Work on our children. Purging ourselves. Because that purging yourself thing is very critical. If you got bad behaviors, bad attitude, any kind of complex, any kind of negativity issues where, you just, have issues, that's the things you really need to come out working on. And like I've said in other videos, you come out fasting and praying and be in a very humble and meek state so that the Most High can use you. That you can be utilized here. We're trying to come together. That's what the Most High said. Come together, O nation, not desire. We are to come together and just help. There is no individuality. We all are one body. And we're coming to help and work and, come together as one nation, one body, one stick. Okay? So this is what we need to be working on, and it's not easy because everybody has issues. All of us, we've come out of Babylon with issues. Why? Because we were under the curses, and we, Most High chastised us heavily. So we all are going through things, and have gone through things, and we all have issues. So we got to first work through our own issues so that we can be able to help others. And this is what this is all about. Just learning how to cook together, build together, work together without it being a major problem or World War III amongst people. Because whenever we got to come together and do something, it's a problem. And we'll readily and easily do it for other people in other nations. But when it comes to your own, you can't do it. And it's always a lack of respect. People can't, and I've watched people really get chastised out here. I mean, I've seen the Most High really have to chastise some people. So I don't want to see people get chastised. The Most High said if we can purge ourselves, that's what we should be striving for, to be a better person, to be Christ-like, to let Christ lead us in all things, and Him be our example so that we can kind of get this thing right. You know, you don't want to come out here and perish in this wilderness. But the scripture says 2/3 of us will. So you don't want to be a part of that number. So I pray that, you know, you take heed. I'll try to, you know, I have a few more of these videos like this that I can upload and that you can watch as these women come together to feed their nation. So I pray you watch the rest of this video and that it helps you, that you can start to visualize and see how this can be done. The Most High said He will bring us out and bring us into the wilderness again. He's going to do it again. So we have to prepare our mind, body, and spirit for this move, you know. And so learn about yourself. Be honest about yourself, how you are, what you like, what you don't like, and start to work on it. It's not everybody else's fault. Look at yourselves and understand that we have to change. Okay? So I think this is awesome what these women are doing and how they're doing it and how they're able to work together. And it's not hard at all. It's just because of what we've gone through in Babylon, you know. And if you're preparing to come out, you know, like I said, fasting, come out fasting, humble, and try to, you know, come amongst people who are trying to. And so it's not going to be perfection just yet. Although we are working on perfection. That's what this is about. Okay? But it's a process. So I give all glory and praise to Ahaya Ashahaya. I pray you like the video and you see, you know, how the other nations can come together in the wilderness kind of situation and cook and be amongst each other and things like that. So, you know, I'm going to keep with the preparation videos, building the storehouse so that we are able to survive in this wilderness until the Most High kick in manna for us so that we can start to cleanse our bodies out from all this toxic food, you know, that we have been exposed to. But that also is a process. Okay? So I'll give all glory and praise for Haya Shahaya, Bahashimishaya, Wakwadash Wak, the water, I pray you be blessed. Continue watching the video to the end because you'll see how they feed the children and everybody gets a portion, and it's just loving and wonderful. Okay, I'll talk to you soon. I'll see you at the next video. Shalom.